Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am again with you with a special class on modifiers. You know, in the previous class we dealt with the topic modifiers, and there we learned what is modifier with some examples, and we discussed pre-modifiers to some extent with some examples, and we have already also learned that what are the things that can be used as pre-modifiers. Today I will try to give a light on the other parts of my class, that is, what are the things that can be used as pre-modifiers with some examples, because visual learning glaringly shows us how the things can be used as pre-modifiers. There is no definition in my lectures, but we'll go through some examples here. Let's get started. I will not give you any introductions because if the video is too long, then we cannot upload it for the new companies, and you face some difficulty while watching. So let's start it. Different types of pre-modifiers. Here we see some things like adjectives, nouns, and verbs are used here as pre-modifiers. Number one, adjective as pre-modifier. You should give attention here. In 2 or 3 sentences we learn how the adjectives can be used as pre-modifiers. In the first example, we had a pleasant holiday last week. Here, pleasant holiday, pleasant holiday, a pleasant holiday. A is article, pleasant adjective, and holiday noun. And you know, adjective always pre-modifies the noun. That is why here pleasant is used as pre-modifier and holiday is noun. So pleasant pre-modifies holiday. So we can say that adjective can be used as a pre-modifier. I think the point is very clear. If you do not understand me, then try to contact me through inbox or through my mobile number that is placed here. In the second example, there were plenty of bright people before the castle. This is also an example of how adjectives are used as pre-modifiers. Here you notice that plenty of bright people of is preposition, and bright adjective, and people noun or pronoun. So you see adjective bright is used as a pre-modifier. In the third example, notice Sabrina is a meritorious student. Is Sabrina subject? Is a meritorious student, article, and meritorious adjective, student. Now that's why meritorious is used as a pre-modifiers. Okay, you will try to identify the adjectives and the nouns, because adjectives are here used as pre-modifiers. Okay, I think you have clearly understand this point, that adjectives can be used as pre-modifiers. Next, number 2, nouns as pre-modifiers. You know, nouns can be placed before a noun. In some sentences, nouns are used as adjectives, and it gives expression that it is used as an adjective. In the first example, you will notice are the removable expenses paid by your company. The removable expenses paid by your company. In this example, removable is noun and expense is also noun. So we see a noun is placed before another noun, and that is why this removable noun, first noun, works as an adjective of the second noun, expenses. That's why we can see that noun also can be used as pre-modifier. In the second example, the passenger ship docked anchored in the harbor. The passenger ship is the subject. Here we see ship is noun and the passenger also noun. But the passenger ships here two nouns and the former noun used as adjectives, that is words as adjectives, and that's why we see nouns can be used as pre-modifiers. I think we have already got my points, what I want to say. Number 3, adverbs as pre-modifiers. We had a very pleasant holiday last week. Here adverbs. Very is an adverb, pleasant adjective, holiday noun. So we have seen that adverb is used as a pre-modifier here. Second example, she writes a few letters to her parents. In this line, which is an adverb, try to sort out the adverb and noun and adverb and noun. You will certainly understand that adverb can be used as pre-modifiers. Dear students, if you just pay attention, and I believe you will easily learn it, because this is not difficult at all. Adjectives, nouns and adverbs can be used as pre-modifiers. In this slide we have learned it through some examples. There are other things that can be also used as pre-modifiers. Number 4. Here ing form or participles can be used as pre-modifiers. Ing forms, that is participles, you have idea about present participles. There are 3 different types of participles, that is present participle, past participle and perfect participle. Present participles always takes an ing forms with the verb. Only beginning student. Let's see an example. Only a beginning student will find difficulty with calculus. Only a beginning student. Please notice here I is an article. Beginning student noun. So begin is verb and it takes ing form and it becomes participle. So participle can be used as a pre-modifier. Clear? Next example, the developing countries are doing well in the garment business. The developing countries are doing well in the garment business. Here the is an article, develop verb, it takes ing forms and it is placed before countries, noun, and that's why it becomes present participle. So we have that idea that participle, present participle, past participle, perfect participle, all the participles can be used as the pre-modifiers. Here we learned it through 2 examples, that participles, that is special present participles, are largely used as pre-modifiers. Number 5, ed participle. Ed, that is past participle, as pre-modifiers. Often the reduced price of everyday commodities are out of reach for the poor. In this sentence, you will notice that the reduced price. Here, the reduced verb and reduced form, that is past participle, of everyday commodities are out of the reach for the poor. In this sentence, we notice that these reduced is the past participle and it is used as the pre-modifier noun. It pre-modifies the noun price. That is, it is past participle and it can be used as a pre-modifier. Second example, the defeated army were captivated in the prison. The defeated army, defeat is a verb and it takes the ed form and it becomes past participle and it pre-modifies the noun army, and that is why we see that ed participles, that is past participles, as pre-modifier. His father is a retired English teacher. His father is a retired English teacher. Retired, this is past participle form of retire and it pre-modifies the word English, and that is why it is pre-modifier. It is used here as pre-modifier. Number 6, we will try to know compound words, and these compound words can be used as pre-modifiers. Sorry. Compound words as pre-modifiers. We have just bought a brand new car. You have the idea about compound word. When two words formed a single word and expresses its meaning, then we can call it as a compound word. Here in the first sentence, we have just bought a brand new car. Brand is a word, new is another singular word, and they are joined together and formed a new word, brand new, which is another meaning, and that is why it's called compound words. And compound words can be used as pre-modifiers. That's an absolutely first-class idea. Here, first is word, class is another word, and the two words are placed side by side to give another meaning, and it focuses on first class idea. So a first class is a compound word and it can be used as a pre-modifier because it pre-modifies the noun id. That's an out-of-date dictionary. Out of date. Here we see the three words out of and date. Out of date is joined together, placed together, and it has another meaning. Out of date, that is very obsolete or that is not used today is called out of date. That is not used largely by the people. It's called out of date dictionary. The room is decorated with red and white striped wallpaper. Red and white striped. So four words are placed together to express a different meaning is called compound word, and that is why we have already got the point that compounds can be used as pre-modifiers. Is it clear to you? I think if you give attention and try to understand it, then my effort will be successful. Though it may seem that in one line you cannot understand, there are 2 points that need to be remembered. If you be avid learner, if you become serious from the inception to try to understand what I am speaking to, then I believe you undoubtedly will try to get some points, and that will make your understanding clear, and that will increase the power of learning, and your interest is of great importance to me and for learning. If you have the interest to learn, that's not very difficult. So dear students, let's move first in the next slide. We have already discussed in the last class, that is we have dealt with pre-modifiers and the things that we need to know to understand pre-modifiers. In today's class I will try to cover what are the different things that can be used as pre-modifiers with some examples, and in the next class we will try to make you understand about post-modifiers. So I want to extend my thanks for joining me and showing my videos for learning. I am really grateful to you, and we will try in the next class post-modifiers. Thank you very much. I will finish my lecture here, and hope you will be benefited from my videos to some extent. I tried my best. Thanks a lot.